We're live. Welcome, everybody. Hopefully we'll have a few more trickle in as the big sport ball game gets finished up. I'm not even sure what the score is at this point. Super Bowl score. Looks like the 49ers are leading 16-13 with 11:22 to go in the fourth quarter. So we have a couple of the usual suspects in the chat. David Grishko is first, of course. Not a lot going on here. And Jacob Johnson. The game tonight is the Super Bowl. It's the 49ers, the San Francisco 49ers versus the Kansas City Chiefs. And if you noticed on my thumbnail for this video, I purposely am sporting Lions colors because I'm representing Michigan. So, you know it's bad when the ads are better than the game being played. Yes, that's been my experience most times when I've actually decided to watch the Super Bowl. And in all honesty, I don't really miss it. I know that's not going to be a popular opinion among sports ball fans, but yeah. And TVJ is here. Go Lions. Did you notice my colors in the thumbnail, Jay? Those are official Lions colors according to the hex codes. Can't stay as I'm working the game, but saw you were going live via notification. Awesome. Thank you for that feedback. Colors equals nice. Thank you. Did that on purpose. Okay, so I don't have a lot planned for tonight. I've still got some cleaning I need to finish before the Comcast installer comes in the morning, but I wanted to go live at least for an hour. So I got an interesting comment on one of my fog videos today. Excuse me. And this person had fog installed in a VM on Hyper-V behind a Sophos firewall router, and was asking about problems not being able to get VMs to boot via Pixie. And so, not having tested this combination of infrastructure, I suppose you could call it, I told him that I would point my finger at either Hyper-V or Sophos, because those are two variables that I've got no experience with. I don't use them on a regular basis. I have briefly used Hyper-V when I was teaching, basically for demonstration purposes, but have never used it in any sort of production environment for anything. And I've never used Sophos. So, thankfully, this viewer wrote back and found out that it is indeed a bug in Sophos, and they are working on a fix. So it's a known, documented problem. So hopefully, if any future Sophos users see this particular video, they will be able to read through the comments and see that there is or at least at one point in time, there was a Sophos bug that was preventing Pixie boot from working properly. So I found that kind of interesting. So let's see. Let's see. Ezra said, I think I will wait for real sports ball and the NCAA playoffs in April. That's fair. I don't follow basketball either. Don't share the picture if I sent you a picture by Signal. You'll laugh. Okay. I'll have to take a look at that on my phone just for the chuckles. Aha. Very cool. All right. So, my video that I was working on that I wanted to have out on Friday and missed the deadline for that. I had posted that I had pushed that back at least a day. I discovered an issue during editing with some of the footage I recorded because something didn't work quite right. And I haven't resolved the issue of what didn't work quite right. So that video is being pushed back pending a solution to the issue I encountered. Basically, I am doing a video on making a template in Proxmox, which is something relatively new to me. I've done it a couple times, but I've had varying degrees of success with it, shall we say. So this time around, the template created fine. I'm able to clone it. Works fine. And the problem is that I can't get connected to it via SSH, which is interesting and perplexing at the same time. So I'm not entirely sure what my solution is going to be, but I will likely have a few minutes of new footage to record into that video, and then hopefully during this week I can get that released. So that's the update there. Good evening. Are you ready for Comcast tomorrow? As I was telling the guys at the beginning, and I'm assuming it's we're all guys in here. If Ashley's watching, hi Ashley. You are exempt from the guy moniker. So I feel like I got roughly 70% of the cleaning that I wanted done. I've got to move a few things in the office yet and straighten a few things in the living room behind me, but I got a boatload of cleaning done, and yeah, it's very apparent to me that I had been neglecting my cleaning. So I'm hopeful that once I get the place a little bit closer to where I want it, I may hire in some help once a month to just do a little extra spruce up and take some pressure off me. So anyways, Joe is here, and Ashley, welcome. Ironically, video looks decent tonight. Yeah, it's probably because everybody's watching the flipping Super Bowl. But just for the sake of argument, let's. Oh, hold on. That's not the internet glitching. That's the ATEM glitching. Why is it? Okay, I don't know why it's doing that. That's odd. Um, hopefully the ATEM isn't going to take a crap on me. Not my budget right now to replace it. So, let's see. Um, let's do this just for grins. Apparently I can't show it on screen tonight. Not with the switcher anyways. I suppose I've got another option here I could look into. I'm getting 260 down, and according to the speed test on the command line, I'm only getting 6.5 up, which is even worse than what I've been getting. I'd at least been hovering at 11. So 6.5. Hopefully it continues to cooperate with me. And maybe a bunch of people on WoW will continue watching the Super Bowl and not messing with the internet. I did, in fact, set this to 720p just because of the issues that have been ongoing the last couple of weeks. And, yeah. Just for the sake of argument, do one more test from a different server. All right, that one looks a little better on the download, 281.98. The upload's still in the toilet. Might hit that 6.5, not even 6.5. Okay. Anyway, yeah, it will get better. That's why I'm signed up for Comcast, and it's the next best option I've got where I'm at. It's just that, in all honesty, it wasn't here 10 years ago when I moved into the apartment. It just wasn't available. See if the switcher is gonna switch now. Now it decides to switch. So yeah, there's my speed tests. So yeah, that's that, I guess. All right, so let's keep this here, and let's do this a little bit differently tonight since ATEM is acting a little flaky. We're going to share screen through StreamYard. Hey, look at that. Sure. Okay, so let's take a look at something else here real quick. So as some of you will know, I've got a random box running Ubuntu. This is, oh good, problem detected. This is recently upgraded as of tonight to Ubuntu 23.10. Was running 23.04. And so I did an in-place upgrade on it just to see if it would complete. Apparently it's having some issues at this point. or the Mac is having some issues. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, yeah. Microsoft Remote Desktop is not responding. So we're going to come back over here. We'll try this again. That's what I get for using Microsoft. Okay, and look at that. Okay, so put something a little different on here, I suppose. Let's throw that one on. Why not? Burn everybody's retinas. I guess we can go to dark mode if it's going to let me. And apparently it's not. So I'm not sure if the issue right now is the Microsoft Remote Desktop client or if the Ubuntu box is having the issue or just what might be going on. Because that seems to be locked again. So let's kill it one more time. All right, third time's the charm. Third time's the charm, right? No, it appears the box itself is locked up. Okay, well, so much for that idea. Let's go back to this view and hit the chat. How was the weekend? The weekend was pretty decent. Started really pushing hard on the cleaning yesterday. Pushed relatively steady today. Not entirely ready, but I will wing it. I've got a couple of tote tubs I can temporarily pack with some stuff to get out of the office and have it a little more presentable. And then get the Comcast installed in the morning. So, yeah. Tie score on the game. Yep. See, the whiteboard is gone. The whiteboard is just out of frame. It's shifted a little bit since I was trying to do some rearranging and cleaning and tidying up in general in the office here. My underlying problem is that I don't really have enough shelving and storage space in this apartment. Even with doing some downsizing, just for my tech stuff, I would like to have a little bit more shelving so that I can keep things, some of my tools and different things, a little more organized within arm's length and not always having to live in my tool bag. Or alternatively get a second set of tools for use in the office and different from what I've got in the tool bag. So yeah, things are coming along though. I'm relatively happy, but I've got some more work to do tonight before I go to bed. Are you taking a day off tomorrow to deal with Comcast? No, I am going to be going in late, and I will likely either make up the time by going in early one day, or by doing some video editing work at home one evening to make up for it. Because I've got a couple of projects that I've got a start on for the library YouTube channel, but due to talkative coworkers, I have not been able to concentrate uninterrupted on those video projects to get them completed. Plus, I've got a better setup at home and whatnot, so I could probably blow through it faster if I do those projects at home than what I would at the library. So, anyway, anyway, let me get a drink of water. All right. I hate to tell you this, but I'm getting rid of T-Mobile home internet as my backup WAN. Was able to get 500 fiber as backup to my gig. Backup is only $24.99 a month. Oh. If you weren't my number one fan, I would tell you that I hated you for posting that. Yeah, $24.99. I would commit unspeakable acts to get 500 symmetric fiber for $24.99 a month. Unspeakable acts. If you're going to edit at home, are you using your own equipment? Yes, I would be. But I've got dual monitors at home. I've got the Tourbox toy that I'm continuing to play with and try to learn and integrate into my workflow. And it'd just go a lot quicker if I could just zone into doing the editing and whatnot. Just spit out my drink at unspeakable acts. Oh, well, then you won't like this. Let me see. What's the name of that? Local send. Okay. Let's go there. Okay. Give me just a moment. I'm going to send myself a file. From a meme that I posted on Facebook today that I think will fit with Mr. Joe. Oh, that went into the 2023 taxes folder. All right, let's come over here. No, not there. There we go. Documents. Nope, not that. Let's try this one. So now let me put myself back. Let's see, take this off. There we go. I found this this morning, and I thought this was great. I'm sick of numbers defining me, my weight, my age, the bodies buried in my yard. These things aren't who I am. Oh, yeah. Um, let's see. Let's go back here. So the same company offers 5 gig for 160 a month. That must be nice. I would ask your employer to loan you something. There's nothing for them to loan me. Next thing you know, they will use your apartment as a secondary office for free. Well, since it's a library, I'm really not worried about that happening. But yeah, I get your point. If it were a for-profit company, I would definitely be more worried about it than what I am. Ashley's laughing at that one. Joe's laughing. Ain't that the truth? Add blood pressure to that for me. Yeah, well, probably send your blood pressure up if I admitted to you how long it's been since I've seen a doctor. So, um, we all got to die sometime, and we don't all have to make a doctor rich before that time comes. So, as long as I go to the dentist and the eye doctor, I'm relatively happy. I mean, you made it to 50, right? There you go, putting a number on my age again. You keep that up, and you might just become one of those bodies buried in my yard. I will be happy to make it that long. Sounds like you're telling Ashley that she needs to up the life insurance policy on you. Jason, what's up, my man? Is the sports ball game over, or do you folks in the Great White North not partake in our stupid American traditions down here? I'd be honored to be buried in your yard. All right. I don't watch sports. That makes me like you even more, Jason. I've taken referring to it as sports ball like some of the British people do, and much to the chagrin of some of my friends that are really into the watching of the game. And for anybody that is keeping track, the current score is 19-16, 19 being the 49ers. And looks like there's 10 seconds to go in the game. So that's that. Oh, maybe I should have said spoiler alert for anybody that's taping the game or DVRing the game to watch tomorrow. My bad. All right. Game will be tied up likely though. Bugger, as the Brits would say. Right. All right, we've got 7 people watching tonight. If you haven't had a moment to do so already, go down and smash that like button. Got to get a like for the like, and hopefully the YouTubes don't penalize me for using my own name. So, all right. Just for grins here, I want to try something else. Just to see. I don't know if I ever installed the. I did not install the splash top remote desktop on my little B-Link N100, or is this, maybe that's not even an N100. I forget what this second one is. Anyways, the second of the tiny B-Links that I've got here is still currently running Windows 11. If I had access to it, we'll see. These are all VMs I'm seeing on here. I suppose I could show that. Those are all VMs. So I don't think I've got access to that, and I don't have a monitor attached to it right now. Excuse me. Can I remedy that situation easily? Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Do. I may have a solution. Maybe not an optimal solution, but a solution nonetheless. And turn that on and see. Well, maybe. Maybe not. Okay, so much for that. I'll have to fart around with that another time, potentially. Oh, that's not the right cable. So if that's the case, then let's see. No. Okay, so what is that? That's Open Media Vault. Oh, that's hooked up to this one. Okay. So try that. Maybe. Maybe not. Yeah. Okay, so much for that idea. We'll bring this back up full size, and Went to the doctor this week and they told me I need a special diet, something called macros. Tied up with 3 seconds left. Bugger. You RDP to play solitaire? On that VM, I did. I was testing out, I think I was testing mainly the RDP connection. So I played a game of solitaire. Mac OS doesn't come with a real solitaire game in that I've ever seen, so remote into Linux to play it. Yep, in overtime now. And Alonzo is joining on his cell, watching the Super Bowl in overtime. All right. I imagine we might have a few more people join us after this sport ball game is over. So, yeah. That's interesting. Okay, so let's let me try something else here. Let's do that again, I guess. Let's see. What am I trying to do? All right. Let's do this and see. Maybe we can figure out which um 141 potentially. Let's try. I don't have that on there. All right, let's build a new let's do that. And apparently that's not it. Let's go back here. Duratech Enterprises. So that is a possibility, I suppose. Let's see. Nope. Let's see. Apparently it's not showing up on the network. Okay. Well, not the end of the world, I suppose. All right. Let's see if anybody else has joined chat. It looks like no. All right. 8 people watching. Have all of you hit the like button? If you haven't, I would appreciate it if you would. That would be great. I'm just going to take a look on the channel just to see what the status is. 7 likes, not bad. All right. All right, so here's an interesting one. Are you going to run the speed tester while you're at work tomorrow? Um, so at work, we're paying for 500 down and 30 up. The library is, and we are generally getting 600 down, although I've seen it spike in a speed test to gigabit briefly. And I've seen the upload speed go as high as 50. But again, that's a spike. That's not a stable, consistent connection. But we generally almost always have above 30 for the upload at the library. Oh, the VM on the new connection. Oh, the speed test tracker, you mean? I'm not sure if I've still got that running. I should, if I don't, I should spin up another VM or container with that in it, so that it can be running tests while I'm at work, and I'll have somebody to come home and look at tomorrow night. That's a good idea, Joe. Let's see. Are you looking into a contract with Comcast? Yep. So, because I am getting well under the upload speed I'm paying for on WoW, I am jumping over to Comcast. They're coming to install in the morning here at the apartment. And the speed I'm getting is 800 megabit down and 100 up. So we'll see if their residential connection is anywhere near as good as the business side. If I'm getting 70 to 80% of what the contracted speed is, I would be very happy, because it's still going to be hugely better than what WoW is. So yes, it will be Comcast tomorrow. And yeah, it's a year contract. Um, of course, if I end up moving within that year, then they're going to have to break the contract. Would be cool to see the results on the new connection. Yep, that's the plan. Yep, it's a 12-month. So, and the big question is whether I'm going to be here for a full 12 months. If I'm moving to some place that doesn't have Comcast or internet's being provided in some fashion, then I won't need to have a connection when I move. But then I'll also have a $300 cable modem that I won't be using when I move, if I move. That is. It's not a done deal yet. I've still got to, if I'm going to pull the trigger on doing it, I've got to find a job in another location. Did you already say how much they're charging you? Yeah, it's $70 a month. Since I'm doing auto pay, I get $10 off. So normally it's 80. Like I said, I would do unspeakable things. Go ahead, spit your drink out again. I would do unspeakable things to get symmetric fiber, even at 500 for $25 a month. That's insane. Must be one of the perks of being located where you're located, because they certainly aren't offering those things here. Okay. We're 45 minutes in. We've got 9 people watching. Kind of a chill stream tonight. Things didn't quite fall into place as quickly as I'd hoped today. Oh boy. Gigabit symmetric for $46 a month. That's sickening. Just sickening. So, let's see. $46 a month for gigabit symmetric. Shoot, before we switched to Comcast at the library was paying more than that for 100 megabit symmetric fiber. Of course, the I don't know, that fiber company, their customer service left a lot to be desired. Lot to be desired. So, okay, let's see. If it makes you feel any better, before 2 years ago, we only had Comcast, and I lived with 20 up, and that was the only option. Then we got 2 fiber providers at the same time. So now they all compete. Yeah. Well, where I'm at, we've got the choice of WOW or Comcast if you want cable. I'm not sure the fiber provider ever did go into get into Diamonddale here. I should, just for grins, take a look at that. Doggone it. Yeah, that's not what I want to do either. Let's see. Let's do this. Wow's price lock promise. Yeah, right. Oh, so there's apparently AT&T fiber. I bet that's not cheap. Oh, 1 gig for $60 a month. I'm still not. I'm not convinced. Oh, 5 gigs for $230 a month. But that more than doubles your speed for only $100 more. I've just had really bad luck with AT&T customer service in the past. And if that's the only option for fiber, I really don't want to give them the business. So, it's my 2 cents worth on AT&T. Let's see. If you can get that 1 gig for $70, that would be great. Yeah. I suppose I could check the zip code. Let me see. Let me see. Let's see. See what they want to tell me. It is checking. I don't want to give them my phone number. Can we skip this step? Yeah. Yeah, so AT&T Fiber has 5 gig they claim is available here, where Xfinity can only go to 1.2 gigs. Yeah. All right. Anyways. Yeah. Fiber is reliable, so at least you wouldn't talk to them much. Yeah, but so my only reason for switching at this point is because I was having so many issues. I've been having so many issues with WoW. If I weren't having issues based on the possibility that I may be moving, I probably wouldn't have made the switch. But it is what it is. So we'll see what happens. I would go with any fiber option in the area, worth it, even if the customer experience is not great. Yeah, possibly. I've also had an issue with AT&T, and since my apartment is above a business, a space zoned for business, they also didn't want to offer me residential rates, even for the apartment. So I'm just really not a fan of AT&T. Upload is key though. Fiber is symmetric, right? But if I'm getting 100 megabit upload, that's 10 times the speed that I'm getting currently, and it'd be 70 megabit faster than the speeds I was getting with WoW before they did whatever they did with the connection. I have 1 gig up and down with a static IP address for 120 per month. Yeah, that would be wonderful. That would be wonderful. Hundred megabits should be plenty for streaming. I'm sure it will be. I had been getting 50 before, between 30 and 50 upload, and I'd never had problems until recently. So just one of those things that you got to do what you got to do. I'm not going 4K. The switcher only does 1080. That's a thing. I only have one ISP that owned the fiber on my street, right? 1080p streaming at 6 megabits pretty much, right? If you can get consistent 6 megabit and you don't have huge latency issues, which the latency is the bigger issue that I've been experiencing. So StreamYard does not do 4K yet. It's coming, but it's not available yet. The last I heard. They did tonight announce that they're rolling out some new webinar features to their to that side of the StreamYard platform. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. Um, so in essence, I'll be able to put up a registration page publicly, and then I can basically set an arbitrary cutoff for registration and turn it private. And the people that have registered will stay registered, but nobody else will be able to register after that. So I'm kind of looking forward to that feature. It's supposed to roll out during the course of this week, and I will likely make use of that for my next webinar that I do, which is more than likely going to be in March, because I'm trying to do these quarterly this year. I just have to figure out a topic that I want to cover and set the registration up. And that's in the plan for next weekend. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on. Again, I intended this to be kind of a chill stream tonight. Didn't spend the time on prepping the demos that I originally had intended to do, but ended up spending the time cleaning instead this weekend. Let's see. Yes. So Wednesday, when we do the Hardware Wednesday show, my plan is to talk about the two B-Link mini PCs in a little more detail. And we may go through some live testing with one of them. The one that's running Open Media Vault, I'm going to leave alone. But the one that's currently got Windows 11 on it, we'll either throw Ubuntu 2404 a daily install on it, or we'll just throw Pop OS on there, just for the sake of testing something different. So that should be kind of fun. Is that drawer behind you open? Yes, it is. That is a very old, very heavy-duty file cabinet, and the rails that the drawers sit on are I'd go so far as they're heavier duty than some of the server rails that I've worked with in the past. It's a big, heavy file cabinet. So yeah, it's I've got one drawer that I actually have files, like paper files, in it. The other three drawers are various computer parts and pieces that I've got for various projects or for longer term storage, in case that something I've got becomes magically worth something someday later. and then I put everything on eBay. So, all right. Any big projects anybody's working on? I think my biggest thing I've got going right now is just the whole Comcast thing coming tomorrow, and making sure that I'm ready for the installer. And really, all he has to do is test the signal, program in the MAC address for the cable modem, and do whatever nonsense they do outside, and I should be on Comcast. Knock on wood. Um, I'm hoping that they get here closer to 8 than 10, but I'm not going to hold my breath. Not going to hold my breath. But I figure I've got a little bit of time tonight after the stream to do a little bit more cleaning and tidying, whatnot. And then I'll probably be up an hour before they get here, or their scheduled time to get here. So I'll probably be up at 7, get prepped for work, and have everything ready to go so that once I've got a connection, I may pop on live for 5 and say, hey, connection's working great, and whatnot. But yeah, that's kind of the game plan at this point in time. I just set up a 2-node Proxmox cluster with my Synology acting as a third quorum vote using QDevice. Interesting. Works well and no split brain issues. I did not know that was an option on Synology. Now you piqued my interest. Because I am intending, one of my more pressing upcoming projects is reloading Proxmox on both nodes of the Supermicro server. And so my options were either I make the third node a craptastic Dell Optiplex desktop, or I guess now I've got the Synology as an option for the quorum. So that's an idea. The other thing I've got to do is, even though I just put it into service last summer when I had weird internet issues and cascading problems, and took down the cloud-based Unify controller that I've been running for 6 years. I put in a first generation cloud key, and I discovered that they are completely unsupported now. It's only been used for 7 months, 8 months. And I'm facing either migrating back to a cloud controller, doing a local VM controller, putting it on a Raspberry Pi, or potentially getting a second gen Cloud Key Plus. Now, since I don't really want to spend money right now, I will probably be doing a VM option, and then I've just got to migrate my backup configuration over and make sure everything's up to date and talking to it, and then I can adopt my new access point. I finally did break down and ordered one so I could replace the um, round what would be Wi-Fi 4 access point. So the second generation wireless N Unify device. Um, that's been unsupported for a couple of years, but still running just fine, especially for my IoT devices, which only support 2.4 gigahertz. So I just left it in service. Um, but I'm slowly going to be upgrading some things, and yeah. Um, but at this point, I've probably spent my allotment on toys for the first quarter, at least, maybe the first half of the year. Um, and unless there's a pressing need for something, I'm trying to avoid spending further cash on them. I have a VM on a Synology that has regular Debian installed, that has the Q device package installed. It's not native Synology thing. Oh, okay, gotcha. Gotcha. And the Chiefs win. Taylor Swift threw the game-winning pass. Great. Um, and Jay's back. Didn't have any issues, but 3 Spectrum markets had a fun night. Never encountered Spectrum cable in the wild. I'm assuming it's cable. So, and just for the sake of argument, we are past the 1 JAU mark. We're at an hour and 7 minutes. We'll probably go to an hour and a half. And then I'll wrap it up so I can do a little bit more cleaning tonight, get a decent night's sleep, and then get up and finish whatever prep work is left. So I could put you on the big screen now. Joe, don't you know that's cruel and unusual punishment? You're protected under the U.S. Constitution from cruel and unusual punishment. Okay, so what else? What else is new? Um, 3 loss of signals. Wow. I bet there's going to be some very unhappy people when it comes to that. All right. So everybody knows my plans for this week. Hopefully, everything will fall into place, starting with Comcast tomorrow morning, and maybe getting the 2 super micro nodes reloaded with Proxmox. And we'll see what happens after that. Got a little prep work to do for Wednesday night for the B-Link, the B-Link centric show, I guess. So, but that'll be all right. We'll do that Wednesday night. We'll have something coming up for Friday. At some point this week, I'll get that issue figured out with my video that I'm about 2/3 through, but I need to have a conclusion for. And if all else fails, that'll come out on Friday. So there's a couple ways I can approach it that I'm debating on if I can't find a solution. But it will come out no later than Friday. um, so yeah, I may also start doing a few more Proxmox related videos, just to update a few things. I've also, um, and probably this group won't be interested, but I sat through a webinar yesterday. Um, and it turned into a sales pitch, but from one of these YouTube experts, right? Um, I wasn't going to pay $1,000 for a YouTube training. Not my budget right now. But anyways, one of the things that this person was suggesting is putting out, taking videos that might have been part of a series and just stitching them together and putting them out as a more comprehensive video. So I may do that as a bit of an experiment and see how that goes. But yeah, that's kind of the game plan here. I'm hinging a lot on this Comcast deal going smoothly. So we'll see what transpires with that in the morning. But I'm keeping my fingers crossed that everything falls into place and we can move forward. Okay. Just had to make sure on something. Let's see. I heard the halftime show had some malfunctions. Hopefully they weren't wardrobe malfunctions. Halftime show was interesting. For sure, change in the scene over the years. Yeah. I think the halftime shows have been all downhill since that year that Aerosmith did it. That was probably the last Super Bowl I recall watching. That was 2001. Britney Spears, Aerosmith, NSYNC, Mary J. Blige, and Nelly. Yeah. Chiefs won me $19. Well, hey. Food for a week. Yep. So, all right. Well, with a little luck, with the extra bandwidth that I'll have available, and especially upload speed, maybe I'll actually be able to do some gaming and not have it lag horribly when I go to stream it. So still a negative for the year. Oh my. All right, does anybody have anything upcoming that's of interest to the group? Any exciting live streams? Jay, you want to plug yours? Are you going live tomorrow night? I'm assuming. So interesting. Let's see. Who knows? They like to double dip every transaction. Yeah, the IRS. That's for sure. Not a big fan of them, but necessary evil. As my father always told me, there's only two things in life that are guaranteed: death and taxes. Let's see. I got to put out a video, just haven't had the time. Filmed a commercial on Friday. Nice. Commercial for Capture the Concept or for a client? Jay, are you going to talk a bit about the game on your next stream? Oh, we purchased a drone for the business. Ooh. Fancy. I got to get my FAA license. And the commercial is for a client. Nice. See, I think I think all of us YouTube types should see if we can't purchase advertising time on the Schwartz Talking Sports show and get in front of some different people. That'd be kind of interesting. Be interesting to see what Tony and Les would charge us, too. So, yes, inquiring minds want to know, what drone did you get? I think Joe, since you're a member, I think you're one of the few that can post links. DJI Mavic 3 Pro. DJI Mavic 3 Pro. Let's see. Yikes. $24.59. It has the Fly More package. Got an open box for 1,000 off. Oh, okay. Well, that's nice. Oh, the Fly More combo. So it's still 25. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Yeah, I'd be very interested to play with one of those one day, but again, not my current budget. All right, let's come back here. What an interesting economic activity starting out here amongst the community. Self-sufficient, eh? Planning on going live tomorrow night. Good deal. Still at work, so I had to walk away for a minute. It was 2K. The one you saw was a bigger package. Okay. All right. That's fair. All right. We are hour and 20 in. We'll go for another 10, hit an hour and 30. I'll wrap up so I can do another load of laundry tonight, a little more cleaning. And then once that laundry goes in the dryer, I might be able to think about going to bed. So maybe by midnight I'll hit the sheets. It's all good. The other thing is 11:55 p.m. is when my backup starts. So I normally like to be done by the time the backup starts. So still a lot of money, but we have 3 clients that want drone footage, and to hire one of the local guys, it almost pays for the drone. Nice. At least that's how I sold it to Ashley. Uh huh. And now she'll raise the life insurance rate just in case she has a temporary insanity plea and smacks you with a cast iron frying pan. Not that I want to give her any ideas, you know. All right. Um, I did see that the flipper got banned in Canada. Now it makes me want to buy one even more before they ban it here. She has a cast iron. Don't give her ideas. Well, now Joe, she'd have to wait at least 6 months for the policy to build back up to the higher amount, you know, before she'd want to act on it. So, you know, just saying, you got nothing to worry about in the short term. um, got to stay until the next show is over, late night for me. Uh, all right. Well, enjoy that. Hopefully, they let you come in a little later tomorrow morning after this. Okay, so what else? What else? What else? Oh. The other thing that I need to do this week that I still haven't done, I still need to put this uh, faster network card in the Synology. Um, Now that I've got it here, I need to make use of it. Um, but yeah, you may all notice that I've been starting to make a few tweaks with the channel since my audit came back to me. Nothing earth shattering yet, but a few tweaks. Um, there was one group of I don't remember if it was a playlist or if it was just a shelf on the channel page that it was suggested that I remove. So that was the first thing I did. I've also been um, still in my eyes, I guess I would call it a little overboard with the um, huge block letters on the thumbnails. But um, it's one of those things that I can check a box and say, okay, yes, I'm doing this. I'm doing making changes to those thumbnails and at least the newest ones, and trying to follow the guidelines that were set out to me. But obviously, it's just been mainly these 2 top ones since I got that report back. Um, I had another short that did all right, better than anticipated, I guess. So there will be more shorts coming. Um, don't think I've got any more comments to answer tonight. Things are going all right. Um, I'm publishing more, so things are looking up. Um, I just need to get back into the long form pre-recorded stuff, and everybody hold me to that. It's going to be this week. I got that video like about 2/3 done. Excuse me. Just need to tie up some loose ends. If I can figure out the problem, then I will include that. If I don't figure out the problem with the connecting to that cloned VM, then I will make a follow-up video, which may work to my advantage in some way. I don't know. But yes, the video is coming. Let's see. It scares me she knows you and your experience in the business. Something tells me you can make me dissolve. I probably don't have the knowledge to do that, but I can probably find said knowledge. Not that I would do that to you, Joe. The flipper is the flipper 0. It's called by many a hacking device. I'll throw this up on screen for a moment. So the multi-tool device for geeks. Portable multi-tool for pen testers and geeks in a toy-like body. It loves hacking digital stuff such as radio protocols, access control systems, hardware, and more. Fully open source and customizable, so you can extend it whatever way you like. So, yeah, I think it'd be fun to play with. It could be a fun demonstration tool for a presentation at the library. But beyond that, I'm not entirely sure what I would do with it. The Canadian government, from what little I've read, they are claiming that it's been used to aid automobile theft. So I suppose changing the channel on a television in a public place could be fun, but yeah, it's I think it could be fun to play with. Whether or not I'll actually get one, I'm not entirely sure. When I tried to get one before, they were sold out everywhere, including directly through the company that makes them. So Um, yeah, live 3D model. Ooh, ooh. Isn't that exciting? Um, so yeah, I don't know if it's even available or what the pricing looks like on it right now. 169, and then you've got extras for the case, screen protector, Wi-Fi, dev board, and prototyping boards. Let's see. We'll come back to this view. Let's see. I'm not coming in at 9 a.m. Faster network card in the Synology will be great on a faster network. Yep, that's something else that I'm hoping for. Not that I have anything set up to access outside of my network, but yeah, it'll still be nice. Just got an NVMe as a cache drive for my TrueNAS. Very nice. I'm only a channel member, so you don't make me disappear. uh, Flipper Zero really isn't pretty harmless. I have two. It's not revolutionary, it's just convenient. I'm a geek in a human like body, and I've been called a zero. It cannot be used in auto theft. Well, somebody should explain that to the Canadian government then, because the little blurb I caught, that was something that they used in their explanation for the ban. I spent $200 on VMware Workstation Pro for Linux VMs. Think about converting my workstation to run Proxmox. Yeah. And I'm looking to migrate the library away from VMware Workstation Pro. Probably to Proxmox. Researching which Synology 8-bay NAS rack or desktop model for Proxmox and Docker. Let's see. I saw what that French dum-dum said about it. Well, you know. Yeah. Um, yeah, so this is, put myself up there. In a decisive move to curb the rising tide of car thefts, the Canadian government has announced plans to ban the importation, sale, and use of the Flipper Zero device, along with similar gadgets identified as tools for vehicle theft. Yep, there we are. Yep, remotes for cars use rolling keys. Right. I had initially thought about getting one because I thought, well, if they could be used as a replacement for a car remote, then I'd use it on my own vehicle because uh, Nissan's car fobs are hot garbage. I'm refraining myself from being more harsh about it. But the whole key fob situation is the number one reason that I'll probably end up going back to GM vehicles. Um, the fact that I only got a single fob with the vehicle and that it within the first 6 months of owning it, it has not worked right. Um, I'm not looking to buy another Nissan. Not looking to buy another Nissan. I've got a Nissan Rogue. Um, and between the car fob issue and just not having what I feel is adequate leg room on the driver's side, um, I won't get another one. Not a Rogue, anyways. I'm really, in all honesty, thinking about going back to like an Impala. Even though their GM is not making those anymore, but getting a used Impala, and I know those have had good legroom for me. Um, I went back to Toyota recently, was in the German brands for a while until they drained my bank account. Yikes. 10,000 in repairs in 9 months. Wow. So do you drive that van full time now then? Or is that just strictly a work van? Put in a write cache since I do more writing than reading, but I am not sure that is the best choice. Fun. So yeah, my Synology also has the option of NVMe for cache, but I think you can also use that for a separate volume, because my understanding is the cache drives are more useful when you have multiple users reading and writing to the NAS, at least in the case of the Synology. And since I'm the only user of said device, I may very well put the two NVMe drives in, but use them as just a storage volume for higher speed storage, since I'll now have the 10 gig card in there. I've still got um, two bays open for spinning drives, but I almost want to populate the NVMe slots before I put the final two spinning drives in. Yes, I hand out candy to children. Did I miss something? Saw my write speeds jump from about 28 to 65 megabit. Now I drive a Tacoma now, love it, hoping to keep it forever. Had my fun in fancy cars, now I want reliable. Yeah, when I turned 40, I got um I leased a 2013 Camaro, and that was fun. The highest I had it up to was 120 miles an hour on the expressway going to Chicago, or Schaumburg specifically was where my friends were living at the time. There's no write cache in ZFS. There is a slog, which you can think of as a simultaneous location of written data alongside what's in RAM. That way sync writes can be guaranteed written. Nice. White van, Canton, gotcha. Camaro is fun. Yes, it was a very fun vehicle. The only reason I got rid of it is because my winter car, which was a 2006 Impala, the power steering went out on it. I had the power steering pump replaced, and within a month or two of having it replaced, it was not working right again. And of course, right about that time, the mechanic that put it in also closed down his shop because he was battling cancer. So um, I just ended up taking both cars to the dealership. I ended up with the Rogue so I could have something to drive all year round. And for the most part, it's been a good vehicle, not a great vehicle. Um, I really want. Um, I'd like a truck, but the price on trucks is just obscene right now. So I'll probably end up going back to like a an Impala or something similar to that, just to get by for a while, and then um, another few years think about something different. So um, just make sure you have a UPS, so no data. Yeah. Um, yes, price on trucks is crazy. Yeah. Um, I don't even know. Like, let's see. What's the local dealership? Um, Feldman. So Shaheen's a possibility. Team One would be a possibility. Not going back to Sundance. Um, yeah, let's just take a look. Block that. Turn that off. We want pre-owned Chevy. Model. Equinox is not, or the Impala is not even listed. Is this pre-owned Chevy? All right, so let's look at the Equinox and the Trailblazer. Please call 23,250. That's an inline 4. 29,278. Yeah, that's a 1.2 liter other engine. Right. Yeah. No. So that place is out. Let's see. Pre-owned Chevy. Wow. They don't even have the Impala listed. The hell is an Invista? Oh, it's a Buick. I'll say no to that. I'm not old enough to drive a Buick. Pre-owned inventory. I don't know. Yeah. Is that all trucks? Buick Encore. 50K for his Camaro ZL1. 6-speed manual. 8-speed automatic Colorado LT. I don't hate it. Equinox for $6,000. Inline 4. There we go. Equinox LTZ 2015, 11,995. It's got a 3.6 liter V6. Yeah. Nobody's selling a used Impala these days. Ooh, Lexus. Wow. There's a Tacoma, an 2018 Tacoma for 25. That's got a V6 in it. Don't hate it. Don't hate it. All right. Well, we are way off. Way off topic. If there were a topic tonight, I'll bring this back. We'll catch up with chat. Pala hasn't been made in many years. Not that many years. Probably 5. But they should still be getting them in and used. Yeah, raid stuff. I follow the car market pretty closely because it's a hobby of mine. I watch a daily podcast on the industry. Interesting. Colorados are nice trucks. That Equinox has 120,000 miles. Yeah, well, my Rogue has about that on it too. So it would be an easy trade if I was going from a 4-cylinder to a 6-cylinder and getting extra leg room, even if the mileage was staying the same. To spend more than 20 on a car with more than 100,000 miles is crazy. Yeah. Yeah, well, that Tacoma had 108. The not buying a Ford. Yeah, there's a 2016 Silverado with 104,000 miles on it for 27,000. The 2013 Malibu has 92.7 for 11.5. I really don't want another 4-cylinder. The Equinox has 120, but it's only 11,995, and it's got a 6-cylinder. So I don't know. I'm not necessarily looking to get something different right this moment, but it's nice to know it's out there just in case something happens to the Rogue. But I'm definitely not going back to the same dealership I've been to the last couple times. I don't feel like I got a great deal the last time on the Rogue, and yeah, just not going back. All right. How about a Honda Accord? Well, let's see. Okay. So there's a 2019 Accord with 39, basically 40,000 miles on it for 23,900. Yeah, I don't know. The Accords they ride nice. I've never driven one. Never driven one. So 300 plus for a Flipper Zero on AliExpress. That's robbery if the Flipper Zero company or website is only selling them for 169. Are there a bunch of accessories with that, Alonzo? Because I'd want much more than just the flipper itself for 300. Now we're talking. Hondas last forever. I owned an Accord. I've owned a lot of cars. Yeah. Accord doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad. So, all right, everybody. On that note, we might as well go for another 8 minutes and hit 2 JAU because we got completely derailed and now I'm thinking about a different car. I really don't need to make a purchase like that right now. I really don't. Um, uh, yeah, I don't know. Of course, that Honda is only a 1.5 liter inline four. Um, it's got just over 100,000 miles on it. They just reduced it by $250 after raising it by $500 on the 26th of January. So, um, hmm. I don't know. The car's got a few issues right now that I need to see about taking care of. Next car you get, I'll come help you buy it. It's a dirty market. Look for a hatchback Civic as they have a twin turbo 4-cylinder version that pushes like 450 horses. And they probably jack up the price on it too. Probably jack up the price on it. So let's see. Let's go back. I don't know. Let's see. Of course, there's no pictures of that one. Go figure. Oh, the hatchback Civic. Isn't the Civic smaller than the Accord? It's fun to drive and has room. Imagine you and me walking into a dealership looking for a Civic. Right. Better have a V12. Yeah. That would be something. That would be something. Okay, just for the sake of argument, let's look at the Civics. There are 10 Civics. Are any of them hatchbacks? No. Although I like that one. This is yeah, it's pretty sweet looking. 16,994. Two-liter inline 4. Let's see. I own two Civics too. Yes, smaller than the Accord. V12 and V16 aren't things anymore due to gas guzzler tax. 4-cylinder, single or twin turbo, or a 6-cylinder are your best bets. Yes, exactly. That's I'm looking more at a 6, but if I can get a turbo 4 and feel like it's got a little more oomph than my Rogue, I would be happier. Audi probably has the best cars overall at the moment. Yeah. All I've heard is people having nothing but issues with Audis, and I that's not a route I want to go down. Was kidding about the V12. Yep. Big guys in a little car. Kind of like Chris Farley, fat man in a little coat. The late, great Chris Farley. Fat guy in a little coat. Not going to play the video. All right. Then we got a minute and 5 to go. We'll hit 2 JAU. I can wrap this down, start my next load of laundry, and do a little more cleaning before it's Comcast Day in the morning. Comcast Day. All right, everybody. This has been fun. Hopefully, Wednesday night I'll have a little more structure for the live stream. This was kind of flying by the seat of my pants, in all honesty, which I admit I've been doing more of lately, but now that I'm getting this room under control, out of necessity for the installer to come tomorrow, I'm feeling a little bit reinvigorated about the whole channel and just getting more content out. So we'll see what happens. who knows? Maybe I'll even consider doing the content challenge in March. If that happens, it's going to be a lot of live streams and a lot of shorts, and maybe one or two long form a week to meet my quota of videos for the month. But I'll be going into it with a better plan this year than I did last year. So, all right, everybody, we have hit that time, and I need to wrap this down and do a little more cleaning and then get some rest before the big installation happens in the morning. And maybe there will even be a very quick live stream, 5 to 10 minutes in store before I head to work. Of course, that's all going to depend on what time the installer shows up, but hopefully it's earlier rather than later, since I've got to be up and ready for the person at 8. So until next time, have a great night, and we'll regroup on Wednesday.